Hey, I just wanted to make a video to show how I gear my characters for from leveling them to 200 to 250. A few people have been asking me about this, so yeah, I just wanted to make a video. Personally, I like to fund my Legion characters to the point where they barely one-shot in the highest level map that I want to train them in, which for me usually ends up being Arcana, just because it's easy to get 540 Arcane Force required to train in the maps, and the mobs give decent XP. Obviously, if you go further and you get stronger, you can like kill in the other areas like Asphera, like Moonbridge, whatever. But generally for my characters, I don't want to put that much investment in them to make them that strong, just because I want them to be relatively cheap. So anyways, keep in mind if you're watching this that this video might not be applicable for mains if you're looking to gear up your first character, just because some of the set effects I use could be better optimized for a main character. These are more optimized just for a Legion character to get the most attack and most stat possible, like relatively easily. So anyways, let's get into it. For inner ability, first of all, I pretty much always go 20 Meso. The only situation where I could pick something else would be if maybe +1 mobs hit or +1 attack speed if the character really needs it. But generally, it's pretty much always going to be 20 Meso. This is my range, my stat. This character, I got him a little bit stronger than I generally do for these 250s, just because Shade has a really weak mobbing skill with only 300% times 3 attacks. So I had to go a little bit overboard on funding this character, but not too much. Anyways, here's my gear. I use the reinforced rings, reinforced and superior set. I use 3 set of each to get the attack bonuses from each. I don't need to get the IED or boss, so that's why I don't go for 4 set, since you don't need IED or boss for training. I get the reinforced earrings and the superior belt. I get 1 of each pendant, 1 of each ring. This is because if you get the reinforced belt, you're losing a bunch of stat, where if you get the reinforced earring, it's not that much of a stat difference between the superior earring. Otherwise, I get a horntail ring usually, and some other ring here. This ring slot is kind of up in the air. You can put a lot of rings here. I usually end up putting an event ring, but you could put a solid ring as well if you want the Star Force, or a Kana's treasure ring if you want to do that as well. Bunch of options for that slot. Pink bean cup, obviously. And then I do Abso 5 set with the weapon and these pieces of gear. And then CRA, top bottom hat. I use Zakum face and eye, which I usually get a 5 set with the items you can see on the screen. Face, eye, ring, pink bean cup, and badge. So that's pretty nice. And then just if there's an event heart or something, I'll take that. So I'll go through my gear now in a more like traditional, so you can look at all the stats on them. If it's a accessory, I generally just roll it until it gets 1 line of Meso or drop, always making sure that I have 100% Meso in the accessories. If I roll something crazy like this, then I'll keep it, because I don't really care about the drop rate that much, and I think this would be more beneficial to help me one-shot. And this thing, I just rolled 2-line strength on it. And I got this pretty late in the account to when I was already like set up and running, so I just left this at 2-line unique. A lot of the gear is fine to leave at 2-line unique. It doesn't really matter to go to 3-line. You don't need to be that strong to train to 250, especially where I do, which is in Arcana. The flames are pretty bad. This flame's actually awful, but my flames are usually a little bit better than that. But I don't worry about the flames too much. 2-line unique. This is 1-line crit damage with nothing else. If you need your summons to one-shot, then I would prioritize stat on the glove, but I don't need any summons to one-shot on this character. I go for 2-line attack if I can on the weapon secondary emblem, and I managed to get that. And this I just haven't cubed. I don't know, it doesn't really matter since it's only level 30 heart. not too great cubing options there. This character, since I need a little bit more damage, I 17 starred my CRA, easily replaceable stuff, and I also 17 starred the belt and the earring, since I had spares of those to replace. I think that's everything I 17 starred. Oh, and the weapon. Just because I generally 17 star the weapon, because you get some pretty good return from doing that. For weapon flames, I usually just go for tier 6 attack. This weapon flame's kind of bad, but whatever. Yeah, so most characters, okay. Yeah, most characters I stop around 540 Arcane Force as well. You can see I stopped at exactly 540 here, plus 30 from the guild skill or whatever. But yeah, this will change from class to class. So like for class where you need more damage, like Zero or Mech, I see myself doing a little more than this. For a weaker class, or for a stronger class rather, that needs less gear, I maybe won't 17 star all this stuff. I'll just keep it at 10. More 2-line uniques rather than 2-line legendaries, and stuff like that. But yeah, this is basically what I do for every single one of my 250s. And yeah, peace.